got 2 5s or $8 and a bunch of change.
Let's take 2 5s.
You're recording now? Okay, hello. We have a lot of things today. First of all, take out your 4.2. Maddie Simon will stamp it whenever it's convenient, or her, please leave it out on your table. I don't know when she'd like to do that. Does anybody have any feedback for me on last night's after-school environmental film shooting? Generally affirmative. Any details of the film you'd like to verify or clarify or discuss? How does that guy what? Cleaning is usually kind of like you would think. They put them in a pressurized space and they're mostly just trying to blow them off. They use like sterilizers to get the air to not support like bacteria and mold and stuff. So they use ultraviolet and ozone sterilization plus pressurized air to blow off any dust and spores. Essentially, the whole point of a seed is that it's encased in a rigid shell. So unless something is growing on it, there's really nothing that can get at it. So basically, they just blow them off and then keep them in a dry environment. Anybody want to talk anything else about that movie last night? So, I don't even, no sports conversation, please. I'm allergic to sports. Next. A lot of you stop talking or I will be very angry. I can't say anything threatening anymore. Ryan Morey, Axidi Hernandez, and Tara Cobian. Those of you who signed up for the rock climbing gym team thing, next Tuesday, 3:30 p.m. sharp at the gym. How many of you need to know where the climbing gym is? It's on State Street. You know where State goes under the freeway near the waterfront? On the west side of State, you have like the parking lot and Roco and Backyard Bowls. On the east side of the street, there's Casablanca, like a kickboxing gym, and right next to that is the rock climbing gym. Those of you who are going to go next Tuesday at 3:30, please be on time. The staff from the gym is all like clearing their calendars so that they can all be there to like introduce themselves and tell you about the program they're trying to put together and have you meet their coach instructor guy named Chris, who's a nice guy. And I think it would look really bad if you were all like straggling in kind of whenever it's convenient. Please be on time. I think we'll get a little presentation about the program they want to put together, and then we'll have some Yeah, I mean, I told him, I was like, dude, I got more than 100 students signed up on my paper. And he's like, well, that's going to be a problem because we don't have 100. It's only going to be like 20. Yeah, but my hunch is that who actually shows up will be a smaller set and who actually ends up coming back over and over being a smaller set. So the actual team, I'm sure, will have stuff on Tuesday next week. I'm not sure that there will be enough for everybody. All right. Next. I need everyone to please read the introductory section of their lab, this part. And listen very carefully, please. A part of this lab prep is very confusing to my students, so I'll need your attention. When you're done reading the intro, put it on your head so I can tell who's still reading. I think I've got most of it. First of all, the procedure from now on. You have to know what you're doing in the lab before you get into the lab. From now on, all labs have two parts, pre-lab and post-lab. The pre-lab is you saying, look, I've got my directions, I know what I'm doing. The post-lab is, yeah, I've looked at the data and answered the question you gave me. From now on, you may not bring my directions to the lab. You translate these into your own notes, that's the pre-lab. So when you come in, you're saying, look, I read your directions and this is what I'm going to do today. I know what's going on. I don't know if you've ever been in a science class where the lab directions come out the day of the lab, but you may have noticed some kids are like, wait, it's a lab, what are we doing? Oh my God, glassware? Oh, I don't understand. They're throwing everything around and yelling, yeah, you'll be my partner, please do all my work. And then like half an hour into the period, it's just chaos. I don't know if that's your experience, that's my experience. And that's not going to cut it. Most of the labs have lab, you'll need to prepare a procedure with directions for mixing different salinities. I'll come back to that. But remember, from now on, all labs have a point for the lab prep and a point for the post-lab. Tomorrow, please look up when you show up in the greenhouse. When you show up in the greenhouse tomorrow, you'll have to have your own written directions. If not, you don't get it. Now about salinization. Down in the greenhouse tomorrow, I'll show you an example. When you water dirt, some of that water soaks in, some of that water evaporates, but all the salt stays right on top. You know that salt cannot evaporate in ambient temperatures, but water can. So because there's always a little bit of salt in water, anytime you water, you're adding a little bit of salt to the dirt. The next time you water, you'll leave behind a little more salt. The next time, a little more salt. And over many years, in some parts of the world, this can truly ruin the dirt. Some of you may know that Israel had a really severe soil salinization scare, where their farm productivity was going steeply downhill. They don't have a lot of water. They can't afford to flush off all the salt.
Sorry, did you already come ask me about the bees?
No, what's up, dude?
Oh, there's like bee migration out there. I just wanted to make sure they weren't yours again. Remember how that happened?
Yeah. Well, they've never actually, ours have never left the hive.